Hey guys, we're back. I thought that I would try my hand at speed building, except not really. Originally I was going to do Lil Simsy's new shell challenge, but that was hard. And I'm going to keep trying, and I've got it recorded up to where I got to, but it was hard. Fuck those diagonals. So I decided to bring you along while I furnished a flat that I built. I built this group of townhouses. I think I just hit the mic there, sorry. And so I'm furnishing them one by one. If you check out my gallery, it's in the description, you'll see the townhouses and the flats that I've uploaded so far. This is the bottom floor flat for one of the houses. This is me realizing that I forgot a bin in the other house. So I stopped in the middle of building to comment that I hadn't put a bin, I think. It's so dumb. But they're these flats are sort of based off of Muse houses. I think that's how it's pronounced. I just looked up London townhouses and built what looked pretty. And the flats are just from my head. But yeah, so there's a couple times where I think I stopped in the video, but it sped up a while, so you won't see. But I was watching BuzzFeed Unsolved while I did this, and getting very scared because I watched the Annalise Michael exorcism one, and I really don't like that episode. It's really sad. I feel very sorry for her. But that's how I'm dealing with lockdown. How we all doing? I'm playing Sims and watching YouTube. I'm watching Critical Role while I film this, so that's fun. And I've got tea. So this is my second time ever doing this sort of voiceover where I'm not actually playing anything, which is kind of weird. And you just sort of keep grasping around for things to say, but it's not like I have anything interesting to say because nothing's happening at the minute. Is there any stories I can tell? Not ones that aren't D&D related, and that's just not as fun if you weren't there and if you don't care about D&D. Yeah, my quarantine routine. I was going to say regime, but that's not right. Routine is essentially play D&D, play Sims, play Animal Crossing. That's all I do, and watch Critical Role along with half of those. Here, as you can see, I'm redoing the kitchen. Get some bad angles. Sorry there, guys. But I started off with the very traditional looking kitchen, exactly the same counter style as the flat upstairs. But then I thought, yeah, it's realistic that they'd have the same sort of kitchen, but they're not even the same layout. So why would they be like that? And I figure they're owned by the same sort of landlord company, but they've been furbished up differently and stuff. Which is why, I think you can see I uploaded it with just the end 2 townhouses on the gallery, but I've actually built it up to 5 townhouses, just copy across the first 2, and I did the exteriors and stuff like that. We'll have a look around at the end, I'll show you the lot. But I've only furbished this floor and the upper floor. But I think I'm going to do it this has just become a project for me apparently. But I'm going to do it some of them are flats, in the UK, I don't know if you have it as much, if there is as much in the US, but in the UK where I'm from, a lot of houses are separated, that were once full houses are separated into flats and stuff. So the apartments, my next door neighbours are living the basically exact same house as us, but their house is sort of chopped in the middle. So one of them lives on the upper floor in their own flat house thing, and the bottom floor is a separate house, which is sort of what I went with for these 2. I think I paused here because either my dogs came in or my brother came in. Yeah, they just come in and bother me. But yeah, so that was my wee lecture about British housing. I've been trying to do a little more clutter, these townhouses, not just a project in building something nice, but they're also a project in me sort of adding more to my builds. I'm not sure why I'm paused here. I might cut this out when I come back. Oh, we back. I'm sorry, I cut this out, but there's a really long pause, so I was just sat there going la la. But yeah, I'm trying to work on clutter. and adding more clutter to my builds to make them feel more realistic. I just did air quotes. Because I originally built these townhouses because I was going to do, like, if you're on, like, the Sims part of Tumblr, saying Simbler feels very sort of, haha, Simbler. There's this thing that's going around that's like Synthropology's 30-day challenge, and I was going to do that with my current legacy Sims. I know I've talked in the past about an upgrowth legacy, but I've also got a legacy that I play on my laptop. Before I got this computer, that's the 10th generation just got birthed, essentially. And I was gonna like do Synthropology's 30-day challenge with them, and I didn't know where to have them live. And I was like, well, they're a lawyer and an engineer. I feel like they probably live in the city, but in like a nice townhouse or something like that. So I built these townhouses explicitly for that challenge. And like, one of my favorite things about Simbler is just like the amount of clutter and stuff they do. So I'm trying to work on that. I spent a lot of time cluttering up this bedroom. I sort of envisioned a sort of like teenage girl living in here. All of the flats are probably going to have teenage girls living in them because that's the only sort of bedroom I know how to furnish, because I am a teenage girl. I'm not, I'm 20, which is really weird to say. But I really like this bedroom. Like, it's tiny. But I think I like how small it is as well. Like, it's cute and it's got everything she needs in it. It's quite cluttered as well. But I quite like these builds because like you're having to make these like townhouse build that I'm with like the shell I've made because of how tiny they are and how much you have to fit in things and like things get missed out and stuff. And like upstairs was a bitch to furnish that living room because of the way I'd done it. But I feel pretty good about what I did in this downstairs one. It took me so long to find that hairdryer object. You know when you're scanning through the Sims catalogs and you just can't find what you're looking for? Especially now, oh my god, when they like redid all of the colours and stuff like that, I can't remember what it was called, but when they like overhauled the appearance of the brand, they rebranded, essentially. I was so annoyed because the only way I was able to find things in the catalogs was because everything was different colours. And so I was like, oh, that's a Parenthood item because it's that colour in the icon. So I was able to see it like that, but now I can't. I was going to like plaster the walls in that room with posters, but then I couldn't be bothered because I'm lazy. I spent so long looking for the hairdryer item, but there's another item that's like posters and calendars and stickers and stuff on the wall that's actually in wall decorations rather than in like pictures and stuff. The wind just picked up or something, or I think someone's using a tap. We have very like loud pipes, and this is an old house. But and I spent so long scanning for that item with the calendars and stuff. I pull it out at one point and go back and put it in her room. But I spent so long looking for it, and it was so frustrating because I know it exists because I literally used it yesterday when furnishing the upstairs of this flat. Oh, and here I made a little like, I don't know what they're called, but you know when like you've just got a full wall entertainment system thing. I made that with the cupboards because I've seen people do it in the past, and I was like, that looks really cool and it would really fit here. And it like fills up the space and stuff, which is a primary goal of these. I just want to like fill the space with decorations and clutter and make them look alive. So I made this sort of full wall thing, and I'm really happy with it. I really like the way I like raised up the ottomans. I'm addicted to ottomans, by the way. I love ottomans in my Sims builds. I really love how I raised them up, and it made that sort of like plush surface almost that everything's sitting on, or like covered surface that everything's sitting on. So I like put the radio up there, and it could also technically, you could pretend it's like the speakers for the TV or something. Put the video game system up here. I'm not sure what's happened here either. I just keep pausing apparently. I bet my brother like came in every time I've paused. It was my brothers and my dogs willing to put money on it. And then I was just furnishing and adding clutter, adding lights and stuff. And I come in and I do the clutter of the kitchen. I left that till last on purpose. I can't remember my reasoning for that, especially since it doesn't take that long. But I love cluttering kitchens. Like, kitchens are one of my favorite places to clutter just because there's so much you can do. I'm adding soap in all of my builds as well. I think it's like, I didn't used to do that. It's just a subconscious thing. This bit, I found these cards hanging over on a hanging thing. So I like wanted to put them up there, but obviously they stuck to the walls. And it's like, you know, when like you're using the fireplaces from pets. Here it is. Here's the item. That item with like the pictures and stuff. I could not find it for the life of me. I'm so sorry. I feel like I went so loud there. But yeah, I think that's the...
So we're back. We're at the lot with my self-sim. I'm going to go into tab mode. She is currently dressed how I am dressed all the time now. If we look closer, you got those athletics leggings, the shoes for where I go out and walk the dogs, and a giant t-shirt. This is your first and only glimpse of what I actually look like. And I don't even know if it's that accurate. This is taking ages. So that's me, in theory. She looks as grumpy as I normally am. But, so this is the lot I built. On the gallery are just these two houses. But I added all of these boys too. This one that we're like centered on here is the one that is furnished at the minute. So we're just gonna, I think we'll page down and take a little gander at the one we just furnished. So you step up, it's a nice door, look at it, it's a good door, you know? And you step up, you go through, and you're in the wee living room area with the entertainment system. Yeah, actually, confession time, I didn't say it in the video, but I realized as I was watching it back while recording, I actually put these here to hide the vines. That is the sole reason I made the entertainment system, was because these vines here poking through. You got some pictures on the wall, we got those decorations. You go in here, you've got a wee bathroom with a cute little bath, you know. It works, is all that matters, I hope. I haven't actually play tested any part of this build. You come in, you get your dining place, your kitchen. I like to think that like the girl that now lives in that bedroom, oh, there's an unpainted wall. There's an unpainted wall. That's not in the gallery because that's unpainted because I had to upload this like you upload apartments. So I had to delete that wall. So if there's unpainted walls, they're not unpainted in the gallery, they're just not there. But as I was saying, I like to think the girl lives in there painted this when she was younger. I didn't do the back garden. But that can be like something, if you want to upload it, you can do the back garden. Because I don't want to. This is the parents' room. Like, it's cute. My thing at the minute is I always put in a dresser and a wardrobe because it just seems unrealistic to me that you'd fit all your clothes in just a dresser. You know, unless you're living very minimalist. I sort of thought maybe like the person that sleeps on this side is a lawyer or something like that requires these files, and they just like sit in bed. The person on this side's reading, they're like looking over case files or marking homework or something like that. Apparently I've been raised in such a way that the only careers are teacher or lawyer. Which says a lot. And this is the kids' room or teenagers' room. I've got these sort of wallpapers because it's all meant to look a little bit aged. I sort of think that might be like her initial, that thing there. She's got posters on a wall. This is the item I was talking about that I just could not find. So now you know what I was so adamant about. She's got her textbooks. She's got her desk, clearly like doing some writing on the side, you know. And yeah, so that's that apartment. I'll also like give you a wee glimpse at the upstairs one that I didn't film but furnished yesterday. If we'll just go top down for that. So we've got like a kid's room, parents' room. I'm really happy with this actually. I think it looks really cute and homey. Oh, and this is the floor plan of that, if you want to look. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I think I'll be back soon. I might upload more speed build things if you enjoy this. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you want, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. That would be lovely for my self-esteem. And I'll see you next time. Bye!